Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back. So today I'm gonna do my review on Dolce Gabbana, the One EDP. An OG, man. This is one of the goated fragrances. Considered one of those kind of best date night fragrances. It's been around for a long time. It's stood the test of time. To this day, I'm just like, this is about as good as it gets, man. Everybody bashes on the performance, and I agree. And that's actually why I wanted to pick this up. So if you didn't know, I was looking at some forums, kind of looking into this. The new batches are now made in Italy. And there are some folks saying that they got better performance from the new batches. They used to make them in France, mainly. And I believe also they made them in the UK. But from what I know, they mainly made these in France. The new batches, they make them in Italy. And there are some folks saying that the new batches perform better, that they're getting 6 to 8 hours. I'll go ahead and tell you up front, nope, same thing. 3, 4 hours if you're lucky, depending on your skin. But I still think it's a good pickup, man. For the price that you can get this now, just overspray it. Just overspray the crap out of it. Because for the price, just how refined, how well done the fragrance is, man. It's a sweet, slightly spicy, super just smooth, kind of fresh fragrance that you can wear pretty much year round, honestly. Maybe a little bit more towards the fall, but as you guys know, I'm the type of guy that'll wear Camera in the middle of summer, just not spray it as much. But I don't know, I struggle with freshies, so I love kind of bringing fall fragrances into summer. This is right up my alley. I just wish the performance was better. But stay tuned, because I am going to look into Dua. I'm sure Dua has to have an inspired take on this, a dupe of this, because Dua, they're known to clone very popular fragrances. They have so many fragrances they've cloned. And this being a goated kind of OG Mount Rushmore type of date night fragrance, I'd be shocked if Dua doesn't have it. This is actually Angelic Elixir on the Rocks. I picked this up about a month ago. It's been kind of cooking for the last 3 weeks. I've been letting it sit. And it's about ready. The juice has gotten a little bit darker. I'm really excited to pull this out now in the fall. And if you guys know anything about Dua, you know that Dua makes extrait de parfums. So that's another advantage of Dua, is they tend to get pretty close to the OG DNA, but they really are able to ramp up the performance typically because they're extrait de parfums. So you're gonna get better longevity. So that's the main tug that most people have, and I was really excited with the new batch information. I was like, man, if this actually has 6 to 8 hour performance, perfect 10 out of 10 fragrance. But like I said, hate to burst your bubble. It's not the case. Same thing. Expect 3 to 4 hours. Just double up on your sprays. This is something a lot of people don't understand about overspraying. Is you can either overspray just in general, and that'll increase projection. But if you want to try to get a little bit more performance out of something like this that lacks in performance, you need to double spray on the same spots or triple spray the same spots, right? So instead of just doing more sprays, concentrate in the same area. So 1, 2, maybe 3 on the same spots. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That way you can try to get a little bit more longevity out of it. So that's my recommendation. Because as far as projection goes, this doesn't struggle too much with projection, especially considering it's kind of like a date night, maybe office fragrance. Mainly date night, but you can definitely wear this to the office pretty safely because it's not like a room filler at all. But yeah, as far as date night, I think the projection on this is just where you want it. Where if somebody goes in for a hug, they're gonna get a whiff of it, but not enough to overwhelm them. It's gonna be the right amount to make them kind of really want to come closer and go back in for another whiff. I love this thing, man. I would give this a 10 out of 10 if the performance was better. Like I said, if you overspray in the same areas, though, you can probably get another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours out of it if you're lucky. So if you do it right, you can still wear this for 4 or 5 hours. Most dates I go on aren't going to be more than 5 hours. So it does what I need. I can't complain. It just sucks that you do have to overspray it. But for the price that you can buy this now, guys, I got this from Joma Shop for 62 bucks. This is 100 mil. And I was actually mad when after picking this up 2 or 3 days after I had already pulled the trigger on the purchase, I looked on Aromatics' website, the content creator Aromatics. I looked on his website And he had a 200 mil of the One EDP for $68. I was like, oh, I was actually like low-key mad because I paid 62 for this. I could have gotten double the size for $6 more. But whatever, I had already pulled the trigger. I was like, whatever. Maybe once I run through this bottle, I'll go back and see if he still has that price there. So there's a tip. Since you're gonna have to be overspraying this, go see if you can get it on Aromatics website. $68 for a 200 mil is crazy. For such a well done, goated designer fragrance, you just can't beat that. So I think all things considered, how cheap you can get this now, how good it smells, how refined it is. Like I said, it's like a sweet, spicy, kind of fresh, super just well balanced. It's so smooth and well done. It's like perfectly compressed to the point where it just smoothly enters your nose, and it's so refined, man. It's sexy, but like kind of elevated. This is a fragrance, it looks like the bottle. This is a nice, I love the bottle. The presentation is incredible. The way it smells is how the bottle looks, in my opinion. It's sexy, kind of a little bit dark, fresh and elegant, you know, kind of elevated. So this is the type of fragrance you would wear with an outfit like this, literally. This matches the outfit perfectly. If I'm going on kind of maybe like a wine date, something a little bit like a nicer steakhouse, something like that, maybe some lobster, this is the fragrance you wear. This is slightly elevated for sure. But I love this, man. Like I said, it has everything you want. It's very easy to wear, very kind of mass appealing, and just sexy, man. Like an elevated, sexy, fresh fragrance. So well done, so refined. You just can't beat the DNA, man. If it wasn't for the longevity, this would be a perfect 10 out of 10. But, you know, like I said, if you do one spray, you're gonna get like 3 hours. And really after the second hour, just pretty much as a skin scent. But if you spray right, if you double or triple up on sprays, you can make this stretch 5 hours. And at that point, you don't really need much more for a date night fragrance. So, but despite that, you know, just to be as objective as I can be, I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. The main thing dragging it down is, like I said, the longevity. If the longevity was 6 to 8 hours off rip just with one spray, this would be a perfect 10 out of 10. You really can't beat this. And like I said, guys, stay tuned because I will be going back. I will check out the website. I'm almost positive they have to have an inspired take on this duo fragrances. So I'll definitely go check them out, and hopefully they do. And if they do, I'll definitely pull the trigger, let it sit, let it kind of do its thing. Because with duo fragrances, if you've never picked up anything from them, they actually make them once you order. So with these, you get them in and you really kind of got to let them do their thing. You got to let them sit at least like 3 weeks because they don't just sit on a shelf like, you know, obviously designer fragrances. These, you got to let them cook. Even more than like, you know, most dupe houses. Most dupe houses will still kind of let them sit a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, this literally gets made when you order. So I'm going to check it out. Hopefully they have an inspired take of this. Box, nothing crazy. Honestly, poor box. But the bottle makes up for it, man. Like I said, the bottle just really kind of tells you what's inside and how it smells. I'm sure most of you have gotten your nose on it. If you haven't, you have to, man. If you're kind of new to fragrances, you got to get your nose on it. I didn't want to pull the trigger on it for a while, just because the performance, and I was kind of like, eh. But considering the price, and I was also kind of curious to find out with the new batches made in Italy, if they were actually going to perform better. So I was like, I'm going to pull the trigger, man. It's cheap. I'm excited to see if the new batches are actually, you know, or if it's true, what people are saying about them, but it's not. Same thing, same fragrance. Like I said, it looks like the bottle. Very kind of sleek, elegant, slightly elevated, dark juice, kind of that sexy fall fragrance, dark juice. So good, man. Projection's right where you want it to be. Like I said, it's not popping out. It's not a room filler. It's right where you want it to be to make people kind of lean in a little bit more and want to get a second whiff. Perfect date night fragrance. Only tug I have with it, literally the only tug I have with it, is longevity. So, like I said, stay tuned. I'll definitely see if I can pick up a duo version of this and let y'all know how it is. But I give this a 9.5 out of 10. Especially if you can go get this on Aromatics website for $68, a 200 mil. At that point, it's kind of like, it's so cheap for how much you get. 200 mils, $68. At that point, it's a 10 out of 10, I'll be honest. Like I said, I got this from Joma's shop, 62 bucks, 100 mil. One of the cheapest prices you're gonna get for a really well done designer fragrance like this. Like, you just can't beat it. So I still recommend this, man. In 2025, like I said, new batch, nothing changed. In 2025, you just can't go wrong with this. This has really stood the test of time. So good, man. Incredible fragrance. So that's my review on the One EDP. Hope it helps if you're thinking about picking this up. Like I said, this is just one that's so easy to add to your collection. So hope this helps, guys, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for this one. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.